Batter up.
Rob and Chris, they're on the air. Yankees, Mets, they're everywhere. From the Bronx to Queens, the diamond gleams. MLB talk, the ultimate team. MLB is the place to be. Rob and Chris with the pitch you'll see. Swinging stats and stories fly. Baseball talk that's amplified.
And welcome to a new episode of NYMLB Talk with your hosts Rob and Chris as we cover the Mets, the Yankees, and all of Major League Baseball. And if you're watching us on YouTube right now, hit that sub button. We would really appreciate it. And the like button. We'd love that. And if you want, you can follow us on Twitter/X. You can follow us on TikTok as well, Instagram as well, at NYMLB Talk, Rob at R. Maraska, myself at CP7NY. So, Rob, got a nice show here. We got a full crowd. What's happening?
Yeah. Hey, Chris, I'm not going to get into the Met stuff till the end of the show because we have some guests and, we have limited time with one of them. We have Phillies analyst Mitch Bernstein from the Captain Lou Sports Network, who I was on their show a couple of weeks ago, and we didn't think that the wild card series was going to end up like this. We thought the Mets were going to be in it, and things change really fast. And we have Sal Pontillo. You guys might remember who was on in the beginning of the year. He was the first one to catch a baseball and give it to a kid, a baseball that's probably worth money. So we'll talk to him about that for the new people in the audience. But Mitch, how's everything going?
Everything's going well. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I want to, shout out to Sal. Hey, that's awesome, Sal. Way to go. That's impressive. That's great.
Thanks.
Yeah, he gave Sal real quick. Tell him what baseball he gave to the kid.
It was Peraza's 9th home run, the Yankee record, when they set it to the second game of the season against Milwaukee. I had happened to catch the ball clean, and I waited an inning. Nobody came around. I figured there was a little girl trying to get a ball for the whole game, so I wound up giving it to the girl. It happened to be Chris Lepresti's from FAN's niece, and so we wound up getting in touch with each other, and I wound up being on the radio and stuff. So it was pretty cool for a couple of weeks.
You never know. You never know how good that is, right?
It blew up on Twitter.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a good thing to do. So, Mitch, congratulations on the Phillies winning another National League East title. How do you feel about? I know they sit out this week. They got the bye week. Let's get into this. Who would you like the Phillies to play in the division series if you could pick one of the teams right now?
I mean, it's got to be even though the Reds have two really good starting pitchers, our top three can match up with anybody. The Dodgers, last time Shohei faced us, he pitched 5 perfect innings. I don't think I want to go up against Shohei. And Kershaw, I think we're okay with Kershaw. They've got a couple of other guys who, we would face, but there's no doubt in my mind we are better off with the Reds because our lefties can match up with Hunter Green and I'm trying to look at my sheet here. Who they're and Andrew Abbott. I mean, Hunter Green's got a whip of .94. Okay, he's no slouch. Andrew Abbott's got a 2.87 ERA with a 1.15 whip, but the innings pitched don't match anything near. They don't have the experience that the Phillies pitchers have. So absolutely the Reds. The only issue I have with the Phillies is what it's been for the past 2 years. Stop swinging at crap pitches. Stop chasing. You got to focus on making contact. If they chase like they did the last 2 years, Diamondbacks was a killer. Last year, the Mets was a killer.
I agree because last year the Phillies against the Mets, it was shocking to Met fans. We thought it was going to be tougher to beat the Phillies, but that was last year. This year's a lot different. I would definitely want to want to play the Reds too. I want to stay away from the Dodgers in the postseason for the most part.
Yeah, their rotation is ridiculous. The Dodgers, right? They got Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto.
Right.
Then you throw in Kershaw as your 4-starter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their bullpen's a little shaky, right? That's probably their Achilles heel right now. But their rotation is.
You got to get to their bullpen. You got to take pitches, like you said. You got to be selective and just get to their bullpen.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is. But you know what? The Phillies have done a good job of coming back, but I don't want to see them come back. I want to see them get a lead. I think they have, like I said, Hunter Green is going to be tough if we face him, and it's going to be scary either way because we Phillies fans have witnessed 2 very lackluster postseasons the past 2 years. So it's time for them to show up and hit like they know how to.
Yeah, well, I think the Phillies have a good chance of making the World Series, and it may be, and you guys will probably like this, it might be a Phillies Yankees World Series.
Could be.
God's ears.
I mean, who wouldn't love a 2009 rematch, right, Sal?
Absolutely. I mean,
I'm up for it.
I would love to see it. I just this first series scares me. It just scares the hell out of me.
Oh yeah. Listen, we've struggled against Boston this year. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, though, that last series that we played, right, we took the 2 out of 3 against them. So I'm hoping that kind of carries over.
Yep.
It's all about, hey guys, don't you think it's really right now all these, especially with the wild card, 3-game series, 2 out of 3. It's all about the pitching. You got to get a good start. You have to get good starts. That's what it's all about. And do the Yankees match up well with Boston? I mean, you got Crochet and you got Fried, right? Coming the first game.
Game 2 is going to be Bayo.
Fried, Rodon, and then Schlittler if there's a game 3.
And here's the problem too. The Red Sox, they just announced today that Giolito is not available for the wild card. He's hurt. So I don't know who's going to start game 3. If it gets to that, hopefully we take the first 2. We don't have to worry about game 3 anyway. But
they don't have it on there. They don't have a pitcher schedule for the game.
So it might be like a bullpen game, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
they're pretty banged up with.
Our game's going to be basically a bullpen. So if Schlittler gets in any kind of trouble, he's out. So it's kind of like a bullpen game too.
But the Yankees have a guy named Aaron Judge. And if he's on and I don't think there's been a time when he's been off much this past season.
And if playoff Stanton shows up, I will be in great shape.
Yes.
But
I think it's time for Judge to have his Stantonian playoff, right? We need Judge to finally do it.
We need Judge to be Soto last year.
Just carry us through the play. We need to see it from Judge. We really do.
Yeah, definitely. But let's get into the trade deadline for a second.
Okay.
The Phillies made all the right moves, and the Mets did not make the right moves. We started to talk about this on your show. Mm-hmm. I still don't know why the Mets didn't go for Harrison Bader. I don't even know why they didn't re-sign him in the offseason. That was a stupid move. He fit in with that team. I mean, what did Stearns think? That Siri and Taylor, the combination of them in the outfield was going to bring them to the postseason, and Siri breaks his leg. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Bader, what a move Bader was for the Phillies.
He has done so amazingly well. It was so fun. And he's a fun young kid. He has brought another set of energy to this group of veterans. And he's a veteran, but he hasn't been on the stage in a while. And especially knowing that he's got a really good chance to get the ring. So we're happy about that. Now, Duran, on the other hand, he hasn't been great. He's been good, but he hasn't been great. That's a disappointment. I wish I had the pitch comm hooked up to JT and to tell him, stop having him throw the damn fastball every freaking pitch. Mm-hmm. Because he has honed in a splitter. His 2-seam fastball running away is great. Stop. He's gotten killed on 102, 103, 101. And I tweet out, anybody in Major League Baseball can time up a fastball. I don't care how fast it is. And that's what they've done to him in the last 2 weeks. they've killed him. He's blown saves. So he's got to mix in those breaking pitches so that his fastball becomes that much more effective. So, yeah, we're happy overall, absolutely, for what has happened with this team since these guys have come on board. But it's a matter of, again, Duran's got to do what he needs to do. Our setup guys aren't as responsible right now, aren't as reliable. So that's a big concern also with this bullpen. It's been that way all year. Kirkering finally had, he was throwing against the Twins yesterday, and he struck. I guess he struck out the side in the. I think he came in the ninth or the eighth, whatever it was, but I think it was the ninth, and he did fine. But that was an anomaly compared to what he's been the last month. Matt Strahm has been better, more consistent as a lefty. Excuse me. So I'm a little concerned about the back end of the bullpen. Robertson, he's 40, but I don't want to see him much at all. Tanner Banks has been somewhat of a pleasant surprise. He gets guys out. He's not throwing 95 or 98, but he's getting guys out, which is great. And again, our starters, listen, between Luzardo, Sanchez, and Suarez, with Suarez now being the weaker link, phenomenal. I mean, you can't ask for better. Now, Nola, here's the other issue. 3-game series, we're going lefty, lefty, lefty. We get past this and we go to 5. We know Nola's going to be probably get a start somewhere. If he can pitch like he pitched on Friday or Saturday, whenever it was, he was phenomenal. But you can't win, and we talked about this, Rob. You can't win unless you're pinpoint with a fastball now that's going to top out. And he topped out 94 on the weekend, which was surprising.
Yeah.
But typically he's been topping out at 92. For him to be effective, he's got to have pinpoint control with that slider and his curveball. And if he's not, he's going to walk guys, and guys are going to sit on that pitch and they're going to smack it.
Yeah, you're right. And you're doing this without Wheeler. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And that's they know, and these guys have stepped up. And that's why I think the 3 lefties going are going to be a real challenge for any team we face. It's the batting order, it's the lineup. Every one of them, top to bottom, chases, and they've got to stop. Schwarber and Harper facing lefties with a slurve or with the sweeper, not good. Slider.
And that's what's been their trouble. All right, let's get real quick. Let's get into the Chris. Let's get into the wild card series in the National League. Go ahead.
Yeah. First up, what about we're talking about the Reds and Dodgers before? How about we get into that? What do you guys think of the Reds and Dodgers?
Cincinnati at LA. What do you think?
It's so hard to predict, especially with these two. Again, the first game is so key. I mean, it's a best 2 out of 3.
And it looks like a David and Goliath situation here, I think.
Well, it does. But I would love to see Hunter Green match and pitch as well as it can, because you know what, the Dodgers can be beaten. When the Dodgers played the Phillies in Philly toward the end of the season, they shut Shohei down. Again, lefties pitching to him. Freddie, Mookie, you're facing veteran players. They know how to step it up in the postseason. You have to give the edge to the Dodgers because it's in Dodger Stadium, because it's in LA. Cincinnati wins the first one. It's scary for the Dodgers. And it's going to be interesting to see how they react.
All the pressure's on the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Even before it starts, it's on them, right? Because they're such a huge favorite.
Cincinnati's playing with house money.
Yep.
And they got probably one of the top 2 managers in baseball right now.
That's right.
Guy can outmanage anybody. And that guy scares me. That guy, if he gets you a lead, that guy goes by feeling. He's not an analytic guy. He will he will beat you.
Yep, absolutely.
He will manage you.
Yeah, he will beat you. And I want to see how De La Cruz does in the postseason. Okay, that's going to be pretty exciting.
They should all be playing loosey goosey, man. They should all be loose. That whole team should be loose.
And they sort of, and I'm not going to take anything away from the Reds because 3 weeks ago we thought that the Reds were out of it. We didn't think there was any chance that the Reds were going to make the postseason, but they sort of backed into it. It was the Mets to lose, and the Mets lost it. But I want to give Cincinnati credit because Cincinnati they grabbed it, but they backed in yesterday. Yesterday, they lost that game yesterday against Milwaukee, which that would have been a must win for them, right? Yep. They lost, but the Mets embarrassed themselves, not even scoring a run against the Marlins. So we don't want to get into that, but yeah,
and both teams don't have great bullpens, right? No. So I think whoever moves on, I think is going to have a problem with the Phillies. Either way, but I think the Dodgers have enough to beat the Reds. Maybe it goes 3 games. Maybe hopefully the Reds will squeeze out a game. But I think you got to go with the Dodgers. Yeah, I just think the Dodgers are going to have a problem with the Phillies because of that bullpen. Because even with their great pitching, what are they going to go 5 or 6 innings? Maybe they're starters, right?
Right. If the Phillies are selective and they can work those pitchers, they could give the Dodgers a lot of problems.
And the Phillies have feasted on bullpens all season.
Yeah.
Feasted.
Yeah. Listen,
so, Phillies, that's going to be the hope.
The Phillies came on so strong. Like it was once the Phillies swept the Mets, that was it. They were nonstop after that trade deadline. And you're right. Bader brought a new attitude, or he brought a different attitude to that Phillies clubhouse, which he always listen. He did it for the Mets last year too,
and did it for the Yankees when he was with us, right? The guy carried us.
That's a blue collar worker, man. That guy's a blue collar worker. Just goes to work.
Perfect Philly player, man. Perfect.
Yeah, and he fits in.
His defensive skills are also very good. I mean, he's quick in the outfield.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, that was a great move by the Phillies. I don't know why the Mets didn't do it, but I got to give credit to the Phillies. All right, let's get into the Cubs San Diego, Chris.
Yeah, I love this series. I think this is going to be a really good 3-game series. Both teams playing well. Chicago did lose their rookie starting pitcher, right? Cade Horton. He's not going to be available, but I still like the Cubs too. I love the Padres too in this series. I don't know. This is going to be a good series. What do you guys think?
They get Kyle Tucker back, the Cubs.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. And that's huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're at home. If Pete Crow, so he's been slumping. He hasn't been what he had been at the beginning of the year. If he can figure it out, he's going to put pressure on the Padres.
You're absolutely right. And you have to remember the slate's clean right now. It's like everyone's got a clean slate, so anything could happen. And if he goes back to the way he played in the beginning of the season, the Cubs are going to be dangerous. But I know, Chris, you like San Diego, right?
I mean, they got. Listen, I think they're just a complete team, right? Good rotation. They have a great bullpen, especially the back end. Lineup is not bad, right? It's more top heavy in their lineup. I think after the trade deadline, though, I think they deepened that lineup a little bit, right? They added Laureano and they added who's the other, Ryan O'Hearn from the Orioles, right? So I think that helped out a lot. But
Laureano is now hurt.
Oh, he's hurt too. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that could hurt him a lot.
Oh yeah.
The Padres, it's so funny. I look at so they have Manny and Fernando and Merrill. Is it Merrill Jackson? I forget. And they have and Mason Miller as their pitcher, right?
Oof.
He's tough.
He's the setup guy, right?
Yeah. I've seen him throw. I mean, the kid throws as hard as anybody. What's so funny though is as a Philly fan, watching Nick Pivetta, who pitched really well against the Phillies late in the season. It's like, wait a minute, We let him go like 6 years ago. How the hell
Right.
did he get this good?
Red Sox fans are thinking the same thing, I think, as you too, right?
And they got Dylan Cease and Yu Darvish. Darvish,
Mm.
he's not the Yu Darvish of old, right?
Michael
Not
King.
as scared of him. But I think it's gonna be if the Cubs can get hits. And listen, they're pitching. I don't know that that's any of their that's a strength. It's more of their lineup to score runs. But at home, I don't know. I tell you, if they can get out that top heavy lineup of the Padres, Manny, Fernando, and Jackson Merrill, they'll have a good time. They'll have a chance with the home crowd at Wrigley.
I don't think they know their starters yet for the game, second and third.
I don't know
game.
that they do either for the second.
I think it's
game.
just Boyd, and then it's undecided.
Yeah. So, we lost Rob's audio.
Oh, did we? Oh,
Oh yeah.
No, no, you got me now.
there you
Okay.
go.
Okay. Anyway, let's go around. Let's go around and pick our winners of the Cubs Padres. Chris, we'll start with you. We'll go around. Who are you picking?
I'm going to go with the Padres. I think they're going to get to the NLCS against the Phillies, so I'm going to stick with them. And it'll probably take 3 games. Cubs will probably win at least one in there. One. I'm going to go with the Padres just because I think they're a little bit deeper in everywhere compared to the Cubs.
Okay. How about you, Sal? Who do you pick?
I agree. I think the Padres starting pitching's better. Their bullpen is better. I think they're just a little deeper on the in the lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if they won 2 games straight. But I could see the Cubs grabbing one. I mean, obviously, I could see the home. They could probably. But I agree. I go with the Padres on this one.
Okay. How about you, Mitch?
Same. More so for the. I mean, like you guys said. I mean, the pitching overall, the depth, and the fact that they got, Manny and Fernando. They've been around for a while. Manny especially. He's gonna get these guys in the right frame of mind to. Yeah, it's another game type thing, and that's where the Cubs haven't had that much experience in the postseason lately. So
yeah,
I think experience plays a lot with these guys, especially with the veterans, to be able to tell the young kids, "Hey, it's another game. Forget the crowd yelling and screaming and the media and all this stuff. Hey, we're playing a game here. Let's focus on the game." And they have the ability. I think they have the ability to do that better.
I agree. I'm gonna say Padres also. I mean, anything could happen at Wrigley Field. We know that it could be crazy. But the wind, everything has changed a little since they built those buildings. They screwed up everything. So you don't get the same old Wrigley Field games. But I'll go with the Padres. And
I'm going to interrupt for 1 second. I'm actually heading out to Chicago.
Are you?
Nice.
Now, we're not going to be there. Unfortunately, we're heading out Wednesday. We have a wedding to go to.
Coming today.
It's going to be in the upper 80s in Chicago.
I know. That's unbelievable.
Not
Over baseball.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Mitch,
Good for the wedding.
Yeah. We know you have limited time. So
Yeah.
Before you go, Chris, why don't you ask Mitch the question we ask all our guests before they go?
All right, Mitch, we always ask this one question before they go. If you were named baseball commissioner, what changes would you make to the game?
Having listened to, I'm going to cheat a little bit, Jane Levy's podcasts for the last 2 weeks, but I've always also said this: you got to get new fans. How do you get new fans? Because you're getting the guys in the 20 kids, adults, 20s, 30s. They're on their phones, right? No one's paying attention
Baseball
to the game.
fans.
Us guys are paying attention to the game. We're paying attention to every freaking pitch, right? You got to get the kids in there. Jane Levy's idea is to every kid 10 and under gets in free with an adult. I don't know if I go that far, but kids are visual. They need to have contact. Everybody in baseball needs to have a time, and it's probably going to be on the weekends, where they can meet players who have been there. I know one team, I forget who it is. I think it might be the White Sox. It's somebody in the American League, or maybe in Minnesota. Every weekend they have a time, an hour where kids can meet former players and get their autographs and talk.
That's pretty cool.
You have to engage the kids. The parents are buying the tickets, but if there's something for the kids to do to meet a ball player, especially one that the parents know that they've watched play, you got to get them in.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to get those kids in.
Definitely. All right. That was good, Mitch. Anyway, thanks. We know you got to go, so we want to thank you for coming on. We'll get together again.
Yeah.
I definitely got to come back on your show.
Yes.
Some more time.
I want to hear some more about the lamenting of the 2025 after November the 1st, and what's going to happen. What do we think is going to happen to the Mets management, players? Hey, Alonso said, I'm opting out. So it's going to be a real interesting offseason for that team, for sure.
We knew that. But anyway, thanks a lot, Mitch. And, we'll talk soon.
Guys, it was great. Thank you for having me. Chris and Sal, nice to meet you.
You too. You too as well.
Thanks for coming on.
Enjoy the offseason. I mean, the playoffs here.
You too. Hey, hopefully it's a rematch of 2009. It'd be great.
Then we'll have to do this again.
Oh, absolutely.
I definitely will, Mitch. All right, Mitch.
Guys, thank you. Take care.
Take care.
All right, guys. So now you guys could get into the Yankees Red Sox.
Mitch was talking about having old players come. I actually went to an Oriole game where they had the old players taking tickets at all the things.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they had Gary Renicky, a bunch of guys. I actually went down there in a Yankees shirt, and it was the Orioles were playing Texas, and Gary Renicky was taking my ticket. He goes, "What'd you take, a wrong turn down the turnpike?"
That's funny.
That was great.
All right, so let's get it. Chris, go ahead. Do your thing with Yankees Red Sox.
Listen, I said it earlier. If they didn't have a good series, their last series against Boston, I would be really nervous right now. But I don't feel as nervous because, all right, it's almost like they got that monkey off their back. They were actually successful in Boston. They took 2 out of 3. Could have swept them if we didn't have that rough first inning. So I feel pretty good coming into this series. And now no Giolito. So that means if it goes to a third game, the Yankees have, I think, a slight advantage there. The one part, and it's weird, right? Their bullpen, especially the back end, has been great this year with Chapman. But will Chapman revert back to postseason Chapman the way we see him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. Our bottom of the lineup is just it's dead weight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you have to play. Obviously Volpe's going to play. You got Caballero to come in to spell. Obviously he's our Dave Roberts.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's going to be tough. This series still scares me. I mean, with Crochet, Fried's have to match zeros.
So we can hope for.
It's going to be
you need playoff stand. You have to have playoff stand.
And it's time.
But what are you going to do?
Got to be judged.
What do you listen? What are you guys going to do? Like, isn't it time for Aaron Judge to show up in the postseason?
100%. He has to.
Way overdue.
Because listen, Chris, both you and Sal, what happens if he does? What happens if he has another subpar postseason?
I'll be honest. If he has a subpar postseason, I don't think we're making it back to the World Series. I think he's obviously that important. Stanton could do all his thing, and I agree. And he probably will have a good postseason, but you need someone else to do it, right? And has to be Judge. Maybe Bellinger goes crazy. I don't know, but
no, Judge has to take the lead. He has to. It's time. It's time.
It's written in the books, all that stuff, right? I mean, if fans or people are going to put him on that Mount Rushmore of Yankees, when he's done with his career, if he's going to finish with 600 home runs, right, in his career, he's going to get his number retired, and you want to put him on that Mount Rushmore, you better have at least one World Series ring, because if not, I'm sorry, pal, you are not
You're
on
not
that
getting
Mount
near that
Rushmore.
one. Yep, you're not getting near that mountain.
Maybe the second one, but you ain't getting on the top one, right?
No.
So
And it's different than with Mattingly, because Mattingly didn't have the chance to play in the postseason.
he had the one play, he had the one, 95. That was it, and he played
And he was
great.
great. And he was great.
Right.
So-
I would have loved to have seen him do more. I would have loved to see him go further and do more, but
Yeah. That's why quietly, I'm just saying this now, Sal, you might be, I'll say it for you. If we don't get to the World Series, I'm going to be secretly rooting for the Blue Jays because I want to see Donnie out there celebrating. So
yeah, I really wouldn't mind that.
I love Manning.
Yeah.
Hey, TBK, look what TBK says, Chris.
He doesn't have a good show in the postseason that he becomes the Lamar Jackson. Yeah, right. That's.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Or Josh Allen, whatever. Take your pick.
Yeah, but they're both going to be Hall of Famers. They're both probably going to have their numbers retired by their teams, obviously.
Yeah.
But they're just going to be in that category of didn't show up in postseason. It's incredible to think that, right, for Judge. So that's why it's like I
can't see it happening again. I cannot see him having.
I know, me too. I'm with you. I'm
can't
totally
see it.
with you. I know.
Listen, he eventually he's going to have a great postseason. This might be it, really. But if I was a Yankee fan, I would be a little nervous about this first series against the Red Sox, like Sal said. I know Chris feels more confident because of the last series, but let's look at the whole season. The Red Sox, except for that last series, the Red Sox own the Yankees, right? Sal, what do you think about this year?
What
the Red Sox practice?
Yeah, they just. I mean, thank God Roman Anthony's not here because he hurt us too. He hurt us too all year.
They were 4-9 against. We were 4-9 against them. Excuse me.
Yeah, and winning it at the end.
Right. If they won 2 more games, we'd be sitting with the number 1 seed in the American League.
One game. And I hate when people talk about a loss in April. It doesn't matter. They all matter.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And you just proved it right here.
Yeah. This was if anybody argues, say, look at 2025, right? Because we stunk against.
Don't talk to me about a loss in April. Doesn't matter. It matters.
We were bad against Boston. We were bad against Toronto. There.
Terrible. Yeah.
That's all you got to watch. That's all you got to look at,
We were talking about that. Everyone, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Yeah, well, tell that to Met fans like me. Whoa, think of all the stupid games that the Mets blew by 1 run.
2 more games, 1 more game against the Reds.
That's it. Not even one more win, Chris. 1 more win. It doesn't matter. All right?
And you can point to like there's probably 10 games every team can point to and say, just gotta flip that.
Unfortunately, more for us because it's Evan Williams. How many games did he blow for us? Right.
He probably cost us at the beginning of the season. All those games, he cost us the division probably.
But listen, but at least the Yankees went out and got Bednar, which was a good move, right?
He's been a godsend, right? He's saved us, I think, literally.
He's been the one bright spot out of all the other ones all the other duds that he picked up.
Yeah, that's true.
And plus, it took the pressure off of Williams, so that's why he was pitching better, right?
And Luke Weaver. Luke Weaver had a little spell in there where he wasn't. I don't know what was wrong with him. He wasn't throwing strikes. He's always last year always ahead. Every bat 1 and 2, 1 and 2. This year it was 2 and 1, 3 and 1. Yeah, that's where we got hurt.
Yeah, but we'll get back to the Yankees, but we got to get to Detroit, Cleveland, because what happened there, right? They switched.
Looks like Detroit put on Met uniforms.
That was a good one, right, Chris?
Nice. I like that.
Listen, they almost collapsed. It would have been a bigger collapse than the Mets.
Absolutely. Huge lead.
Yeah,
but how did this switch? What happened with the Guardians didn't even have their closer. Right. Class A
gambling thing, right? Class A.
Gambling.
And they took a gamble, and look, they won. Really, it's like what happened, Chris? what do you think about this series right now?
I don't know. To be honest, this could go either way because I don't think either team, nothing, personal, but I don't think either team is that good, right? When you look at these teams, I would love to play them right now. Either one of those guys instead of Boston.
Neither team came in hot.
Yeah.
Neither team. They both just kind of like just wanted to walk backwards, and we both got in. All right, now this is a matter of who's going to lose the series rather than who's going to win the series.
But both teams have like not great starting pitching, right? They got their one guy, but after that, it's kind of nothing great.
It's a
wise, same thing. I don't know. Their lineups don't scare you. Detroit has a couple of decent guys, right? They got Riley Green. He's having a great season.
Yeah, I'm probably going to pick the Tigers to probably beat them.
I think so.
I could literally just take a coin and flip it and just say, yeah.
I'm with you.
Tigers.
It's probably going to go 3 games. If it was 7 games, it would go 7 games.
Yeah.
And you know what? And you got to admit, Seattle's probably sitting back saying, we don't care who comes in because we're probably going to beat either team, right? Yeah. So they're almost guaranteed ALCS. So hopefully we're going to be with them in the ALCS. But yeah, I'm with you. Definitely flip a coin.
Pick them.
I guess I don't know. I guess I'll go with Detroit only because they've been better for more of the season than Cleveland was. Cleveland got hot at the end a little bit, and Detroit just choked, really badly down the stretch. So I don't know. I guess Detroit, but.
Yeah, I just like Scooble to win the first game. I just think Scooble could kick it up a notch when he has to. And it's just that's like not an automatic game 1, but I think he gets game 1 and then just got 1 out of 2.
I'm with you.
I agree with you. So, Sal, who are you picking, Tigers or Guardians?
I'm going with Tigers. I'm going with the Tigers.
And I'm going to go with the Tigers, too, because I think School is going to pitch a really good first game, game 1, and, they'll just take it from there. But you never know. The Tigers, if they didn't get in, that would have been the biggest.
Because they were up by like 15 games, like a
14-game lead. Yeah, they had almost like the Red Sox had against the Yankees in '78.
Yeah,
14-game lead. And blew it off.
That's not that long ago. It was like a month ago. We were talking, we were talking every week, like, oh yeah, Detroit's got the season, the division. They got that locked up.
Walk to the 1 seed. You thought they were walking to the 1 seed.
Yeah, I agree. Right, because no one else was really playing that well in the American League, and then they said, oh wait a minute, no one's playing that good. All right, well, we got to catch up to these guys, right? So they went back, and now we're in this mix. It's amazing.
This was one crazy season if you think about it. It was like 2 different seasons in one. The teams that were hot the first part of the year, they were bad. The Mets, the Tigers, it was crazy. But I think, all right, Joe Dell has a question. Is the baseball display all the balls you caught at Yankee Stadium, or is that just from working at Teterboro?
No, it's the ones from Teterboro. Those were all balls I got signed from.
Nice.
From there.
Which ball that you got signed at Teterboro is your favorite? One that you won't get rid of,
the Jeter 2000 World Series ball.
Wow, that's
all right.
That's one that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't blame.
No, that's a nice one. I don't. That's one right there. Yeah,
I actually had Schilling sign an 04 one that I gave to my buddy.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's.
I'm not a Red Sox kick. I don't want a Red Sox ball in my house.
Of course not. But what? So what are some of the balls that you have signed?
I have a couple. I have like about 4 or 5 Jeter balls. I have A-Rod, Reggie Jackson that I met down. I have Knobloch, Paul O'Neill, Mariano, Cone, David Cone, Mattingly. I just.
Did anybody ever turn you down after you asked them for a signature?
Not really, because I asked. There was times when I didn't ask. It's just you had to just use a little. You had to use a little protocol down there.
Yeah,
you technically weren't supposed to ask people for autographs.
Right.
So you really just had to pick and choose your spots. So it's just most of the times, as long as we did our thing, and they knew they weren't going to get mobbed, they knew it was only 1 or 2 of us.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they really mobbed. They knew they weren't going to get mobbed with 50 people. It was
Right.
only just one or two of us. So it wasn't bad. I actually asked Reggie Jackson one time. Actually, his driver was sitting there waiting for him. And I said, "Do you think he'll sign a ball for me?" And he goes, "Only if his girlfriend's with him." He goes,
Oh, yeah.
he goes, "You got no shot." And she was with him, and he was more than happy.
There you go. All right. So,
Because he didn't want to. He didn't
so
want to
now,
look
if the
bad.
girlfriend wasn't there, would you have asked? Would you have took a shot?
I would have took a shot.
Yeah.
I would have took a shot at it.
It's Reggie. Although Reggie isn't one of your favorite Yankees.
No, I don't know. Just because he left the Yankees and then he was helping out the Astros. That
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. He was on TV with an Astros hat on. That
Was he?
bothered me. I don't.
Oh,
Yeah, it
God.
was one of the I don't know. I think he started working with them. Probably as a consultant or something. And
Yeah.
which is, hey, God bless. I'm not saying he shouldn't
Let-
work, but
Listen, we were talking about some of the looks, weird looks in different uniforms, and Joe DiMaggio in the Oakland A's uniform has to be one of the weirdest looks, right, Chris?
yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's so many that are bad. Especially when it's a great player. Like a Hall of Fame player that is known for one team. I'll be honest. We were talking about Mattingly. I hate seeing him. I know he's not playing, but I don't like seeing him in a Blue Jays uniform like that.
Pet it in the Astro uniform.
Oh, I know.
Disgusting.
Exactly.
But did Mattingly look any better in a Dodger uniform to you?
No.
Like when he was with Torrey, when Torrey was managing the Dodgers. How did you feel about that, Chris?
I felt okay because at least he was with Joe Torre, and you know what? He's getting a shot to coach and all that, and maybe make it to the World Series. But yeah, the Pettit, and thank God the Pettit thing was before all the Astro stuff happened, right? If it happened after, like anybody, that's why it bothered me with Reggie. But if anybody now goes to the Astros, you automatically, go back to 2017 and all that. All that stuff.
It's
happened.
almost like them putting it's close to them putting a Red Sox uniform on. Very close.
Yeah. Yes. But Toronto to me is the team now, which I hate. And it's killing me that I might have to root for them.
I'd have to root for them. Yeah,
I might. I'm hoping not. Hopefully we get through them and say hello to Donnie as we're going to the ALCS, hopefully. So
maybe next year, Donnie.
Right.
I want to ask Sal a question because I know your answer, Chris. Would you ever want to see Don Mattingly managing the Yankees?
I don't.
It's not an easy decision.
It's tough because I know it's never going to happen. It's not an easy decision. I know it's never going to happen. The Yankees unfortunately want a yes man. They just I just don't see them getting rid of Boone unless he just really goes totally tanks it. But I tell people all the time, I go, everybody wants to get rid of Boone. All you're going to get is another Boone.
Yep. I say that all the time.
That's all you're going to get. That's all you're going to get. They are stuck on the analytics team. That's Hal's thing. That's just it. And
that's baseball.
I tell everybody this is the Yankees. I go, when George was here, it was winning money. Now it's winning. And that's exactly how I explain the Yankees.
Yeah. I totally agree.
I think Hal is fine just making the playoffs every year. I mean, he could say all the right things and say whatever he wants, but I just think that it's not top number one.
Yeah. Hey,
priority one.
Yeah.
Go all out, do whatever I have to do, pay whatever I have to pay, and get whatever I get.
Hey, as long as that place is full, selling tickets, selling the chicken tenders and all that, and and the Yes Network has got good ratings. That's really all that he's worried about. If we win, that's great. That's like a cherry on top, and that's another whatever millions and millions of dollars they're going to make from the playoffs and all that. But yeah, I mean, he wants to be a competitive team, but like you said, he doesn't go that extra because you can't call him cheap. I'm not calling him cheap at all.
No.
But he doesn't go that. Oh, you want that guy? Okay. He wouldn't let I think the Soto thing would have got ridiculous if it was Steinbrenner here.
Yeah.
It would have got to like 900 million because
Yeah,
neither one would have.
That would have been, you know what that would have been like, Sal? A poker game when you know the guy does not want to put in $200,000 and he's, shaking because you know poker and he's shaking, but he's gonna push it in anyway, because somebody's bluffing. And I don't know, but Steinbrenner couldn't keep up with Cohen because
I think he would have. Eventually, somebody would have been like, "All right, forget it. Let them pay 900 million for this guy."
Yeah,
but
Dan, you're right.
But I think they would have went after someone else, right? They would have said, "All right, forget it. They want Soto.
If you have Soto, you don't have Fried, you don't have Bellinger, you don't, So
and another thing too, Sal, I've always said this is that if they did bring back Soto, then Judge is playing center again, and we really don't want Judge to play center field. He's not he's an okay center fielder at best. So that's what we would have had this year. We wouldn't have had, like you said, Bellinger, or maybe even Grisham. I don't know. Maybe Grisham is a part-time guy again instead of hitting 30 something home runs.
What he did,
Yeah, so
good for him. He's going to get paid, but not by us. He's going to get paid.
Agree. I hope Bellinger gets paid by us.
Bellinger, we got to pay. We got to pay.
I want. Yeah,
he probably is going to get paid by you. And Dan, yes, Sal's right. They do want a yes man, but that's most ball clubs right now. I mean, the Reds, Terry Francona, he's not a yes man.
There's probably only 5 managers left in baseball, real managers.
Yeah, you're right. And
Kevin Cash, Francona, the guy, and they just let Brenly go. I mean,
Giants fired him.
Yeah, so there's only like a couple of real managers left.
Yeah,
and we know, and on Friday night, Chris, I want to get I know we're going to do the playoffs and stuff, but I want to get a little into that with Mickey Callaway because he could really tell us how it goes from the front office, sending the lineup down to you and telling the manager what moves to make, because that's what's going on now. The front office is doing this stuff.
And I get it. I know a manager's getting paid money, whatever they're getting paid, that's great. But at some point, they're going to be like, I know what I'm doing. I don't need, give me the numbers. Give me all the stats you want, the analytics. Give me all that stuff. But let me make the decisions, the lineup, the in-game decisions. Let me do that. I don't need some guy in an office, right, with all the numbers. Like, okay, this guy has to bat first, second, right? No, give me all the numbers. Give me it in a book. Like remember with Girardi, right? That everything started with Girardi with the little book, and everybody's like, oh, he's going by the book. He was going by the book, but he was also making his own decisions, and that's kind of why. Right, and that's kind of why he didn't come back because they didn't want that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he didn't last.
But I don't mind. I would.
And he called out players. God forbid you could do that.
Yeah.
Not allowed to do that.
He didn't play good today. You can't say that anymore, right?
No, you're right.
Hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
But and we're talking about this, and the baseball we're used to is just it's over. It's not.
Yeah, it's a different game. It is.
It's a different game. But Chris, you had you sent me something today about viewership this year.
Everything's gone up. Third year in a row, everything's gone up. Every channel went up 10% or more, or whatever it was, and there's more, stuff on social media about baseball. Like everything is increasing. And then Rob had to strike it down and be like, yep. And next year they're going to kill it because of the, because it's probably going to be a strike or a shutdown in some way.
When the contract expires, and I'm afraid that if there's a work stoppage, it's gonna be a long
time. Yeah, it's going to be a long time. If they go after that salary cap, if they want a salary cap,
I know.
It's going to be a big deal.
I'm just hoping cooler heads prevail and they figure something out. Maybe, more of a tax or something. I don't know what, but I just hope they figure something out because they got this momentum going. Like, don't ruin it because then it's going to be a couple more years before it comes back again. Yep. Like, they just don't learn their lesson. And they're making so much money. So it's not like, whatever it is, but they're making so much money. Don't mess this up. Right? I don't know.
Right. Like you said, listen to this real quick. I'm going to go real fast with this. All right. Fox is up 9%. Fox Sports won 10%, ESPN 21%, TBS 29%, MLB Network 13%, NHK 20%, but Major League Baseball TV is up 34% this year. 34%. That's a lot. It's unbelievable.
They're getting fans from
71
somewhere. They're getting the fans from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting the fans.
And attendance is up, right? City Field just said, right? Yankee Stadium's always full.
The Mets just set a record, over 3 million fans this year. Baseball is back, and like I said, if there's a work stoppage, they're going to ruin it. They're going to ruin what they built up.
And you know what? It's better than it's ever been. Like, even at Yankee Stadium, Sal, you remember, like in the 90s, even when they were playing great and they were winning championship, it wasn't full like it is now every night.
No.
During the week, there's like 30-something, 40,000.
Yeah. Even when
there.
they were really, really good. Yes. They weren't
Right?
selling out the middle of the week games, the afternoon games in the middle
It's
of the week.
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy. This last homestand at Citi Field, even though the Mets, we know what the Mets did, that place was packed. That place was packed. That in about 2 minutes, you're going to have to listen to me, Chris.
Be frank the tank for a second. Hey, listen, I don't blame you, Rob. I'm telling you, I'd be the same way, man.
Listen, I don't go
really
Frank.
bad.
Yeah, I don't go Frank the Tank, and I'm not going to talk about it long because we have all off season to talk about it, and we're packed with guests for the next couple of weeks at least.
All right, so before we get to that, so let's get the final prediction here.
Okay,
I'm going to go. The Yankees are going to win the series. I'm going to say, I'll say 3 games, but I'm going to say the Yankees win.
Go ahead, Sal. What about you?
I'm gonna say Yankees in 3.
There you go. I forgot to do that.
I can't pick against them.
I know. No, we can't. It's impossible.
I'm gonna say Red Sox in 2. No, I'm only kidding. I'm gonna say I'm actually gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you guys. I think the Yankees are gonna take the series now. The Yankees are hot right now. You won the last 8 in a row, right? So.
Right.
I'm
against the White Sox and the Orioles, but I'll take the wins.
Yeah, well, you're right. Okay, but still, hey, listen, the Mets couldn't win against the Nationals and the Marlins, so
that is true. Good
so
point.
anyway, real quick, I'm going to take about 2 minutes where the Mets did not deserve to be in the postseason this year. Okay, it was a disgrace. I'm not going to go all Frank Tank and all this other stuff. But the Mets really, what happened? The trade deadline was not what we thought it was going to be. But it's not only that. The hitting, listen, they had one of their best Septembers in hitting in their history, and they couldn't win. It was the pitching. The pitching was horrible. The starting pitching, horrible. I don't know what the heck Stearns thought he was doing with this pitching staff. From the off season, he did not do enough. Like we've been saying, Frankie Montas, he gives the guy like what, $36 million. What is wrong with you?
We learned the hard way.
Right? Yeah, you did.
We had him.
Until June, the Mets had the second best record in baseball, and from June on, they had the 4th worst. Okay, so there's no excuses. The Mets have to make changes. They need a center fielder. They need starting pitchers. Thank God for these 3 kids because they look like they're going to be good, but they were thrown into the fire. You cannot do that to 3 kids. It could have McLean. That guy's the real deal.
He's like the MVP of the last 2 months.
I think all 3 of them are going to be good. I think all 3 of those kids are going to be good. You just threw them into a situation where they should not have been.
Yeah, they should not have.
Rob, what happened? Just give me what happened in that last game. How do you not score runs in a game that you have to win? That I couldn't believe that.
That's what I was going to talk about. They didn't show up. They didn't play with urgency. It's just what happened. None of the big bats did anything. Alonso hit a shot that got caught, but still, that's one friggin' at bat. All right. The Mets it's a disgrace. I don't care what anybody says. I usually don't call out players because they want to win, but they look like they had no life. You don't lose 2 out of 3 to Washington Nationals and 2 out of 3 to the Marlins and make the playoffs. Okay. That just doesn't happen. They need changes. Changes need to be made at Citi Field. I think McNeil, his time is over unless he's going to be a utility guy, a backup player. They got to do something. Nimmo, he's another one. It's not working. It's not working. And give Alonso what he wants, because Alonso is more important to the New York Mets than he is to any other team. Pay him. If you wasted all that money on Montas, okay? You wasted money on Montas, and you're not going to pay your guy. We know the back end of the contract for Alonso is going to be horrible, but right now, who cares? Because all the back ends of these contracts are going to be horrible.
Yeah,
we're going to have all these players making a ton of money, and they're not going to be able to play. But that's the way baseball.
And Rob, too. Like, why are Met fans complaining that Alonso announced, like, oh yeah, I'm opting out of the contract right away? Like, did they forget remember what Sal? I don't know if you noticed last year. It impressed me, but it also kind of pissed me off too. But when the Yankees lost Game 5 against the Dodgers, like seconds after that, Soto turned his hat back. Right, he's a free. He turned into a free agent like that
in 5 seconds.
Right, you lost the World Series, and it's like, okay, I'm open for business. And that's why Alonso. It's a business. And think about the Mets. They had a chance. They could have locked up Alonso.
They could have locked him up.
5-6, right?
Yeah.
And they kind of insulted him last year, so I don't blame him for what he did.
Yeah, they did. What happened last off season was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So now the man wants to get paid, and he knows right now. He knows if the Mets aren't going to give me what I want, there's another team out there that's going to give me a big contract. That's going to happen. I don't care that he said he was going to opt out, because it's no secret. I mean, we know he's going to opt out. Now, Diaz was asked the same question, and he says, well, I have to go home and think about it. The Mets have been very good to me, but that's a different situation too. The Mets those are the 2 guys that the Mets have to.
What would happen if the Yankees signed Diaz? They're not signing Alonso, but I could see them signing Diaz. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what would happen.
The closer.
Yeah,
but guess what? I'll tell you what's going to happen. Steve Cohen will outbid him. If Steve Cohen we know if Steve Cohen wants him, he's going to stay a Met.
Yeah, if he wants somebody, he's
yeah.
Cohen wants somebody.
I hope the Yankees just bring the price up for him. That's all. Let him pay like he did with Soto.
See, Chris has been good all season with me.
I got a Yankee guy in here. I have to
But I have to tell you, Chris has been a great sport this season. Real quick, yes, Dan says the Yankees are going to win, but the Red Sox scare him.
They scare us too.
Guys. Yeah, they do. They absolutely scare me. Hey, Boston, right?
Yeah, but listen, Sal, Chris has been a really great sport because
supportive friend.
80% of this show for some reason has been Mets, right? All year it's been Mets guests, ex-Mets manager.
The season is going to be that way too, because there's going to be a lot of changes for the Mets. You know it, right? I mean, there's going to be a lot of changes, even if they sign Diaz and Alonso. They still got to repair this rotation. They still got, there's still going to be a lot of changes for the Mets.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot of Mets talk, but we're not going to, except when Mickey's here Friday night, we're not going to talk a lot of Mets during the postseason. I'm going to try not to because, we got to talk about the postseason.
The Mets lab needs a few more test tubes.
The Mets do not deserve to be talked about.
That's right. That's right.
He's a good sport. Chris is a good sport because he does get overthrown with Mets.
And that's okay. Listen, I don't mind talk. It's baseball talk, so it's better than everything else that's out there. So I'll talk.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'll deal with that.
All right, listen, we got about a half a minute, so let me just say, Chris, tomorrow night on our network, we have a football show. Chris does with TBK. I'm not on it yet, but what time's tomorrow's show? I know you have a different time.
I think it's going to be 5 o'clock, so we'll get it in before the Yankee game starts.
Okay, so Chris could watch the Yankee game. That's going to be at 5 p.m. Tonight, I'm going to be on 108 Stitches on the South Florida Network with Mickey. And Friday night, the return of our favorite manager, Mickey Callaway, comes on to talk baseball playoffs. And if you guys have any questions you want us to ask Mickey,
we'll be
get in touch with
the division series, right? I mean, hopefully it's Yankees Toronto, right? Hopefully we're talking about that, and I can't wait. That'd be great.
Yeah, we will. But
this is the perfect season, right? Knock out Boston and knock out Toronto.
Dream.
Right? You can't expect anything better than that.
You're right. But anyway, Sal, thanks for coming on. We always love talking to you. Listen, do you want to come back on if the Yankees make the World Series? You want to come back on during the World Series?
He'll be
Right.
out good luck charm.
It'd be my pleasure.
He's got to come back.
All right, good. So until Friday night at 10 p.m. with former Mets manager Mickey Callaway, we'll see you on Friday night. Thanks.